back to my channel. It's Andrea. Today I have a long overdue update for my 20 favorites in 2020. The last update I made was in June, so I have 2 months worth of progress, and I managed to finish up quite a few products during that time. So as always, this project was started by Denise of Just Some Makeup Pans. I'll have her Instagram linked down below. I will also have linked the playlist for those of us doing it on YouTube, which are me, Laura, Steph Lyons, and Rebecca Morgan. So if you want to check out their videos, I'll leave the playlist link down below, and I will have it up in the cards here, right? But with that being said, let's get right into it. In my June update, I had 17 products that I still had left in the project. Denise did not create this as a rolling pan. I was doing it as a rolling pan, but it was getting to be a little too much, and I want to save some of my favorites for this project next year. So I have decided I'm not going to be rolling anything else in. And I've got so many other projects going on at the same time that it's getting a little too overwhelming. So we're just gonna keep on with what I've got, and hopefully I will be able to get through a few more products before the end of the year. The first product, which is also my first empty, is my NYX concealer. This was in the shade Light. I believe all the writing has been kind of wiped away, but I took the stopper out. I got out as much product as I could with the spatula, and I do actually have another one of these concealers in my collection, but this is the second one of this that I've gone through this year, and I already have a bunch of concealers open, so I didn't want to open a new one. So I'm really excited to have finished another one, and I'm glad that I have a backup waiting in the wings for when I finish my current concealers. Also, this took me 125 uses to completely use up, which, considering that this is only a $6 concealer, I think is a pretty good cost per use ratio. My second empty is my CoverGirl CG Smoothers foundation. This took me 95 uses to finish. I can't really show you that it's actually empty because of the way the squeezer is, but I whipped it a few times and it's empty. Having used this up in this project, I think I can confidently say that it's not a favorite anymore. Like, I thought it, when I first put it in, I really liked it. I thought it was a great shade match for me, and this could just be the fact that this product is really old because I bought it before CoverGirl went cruelty-free, but it had a funky smell, and it's just, it was nice, but I don't think I would call it a favorite anymore. So I'm glad that I finally finished it up. I'm happy that I finished one foundation this year, probably the only one I will finish this year, but one is better than none. My next product is my Becca mini highlighter in the shade Opal. I still don't have any pan, but I've never been able to really figure out how to show the dip that's going on in here. Especially, I mean, you can kind of see it like right there. I used this 15 times between July and August, so I don't think I'm gonna hit pan really soon, but I still do love this highlighter. This is still a really good one. So this is obviously still staying in. As for the blush, I think I'll have to try to see if I can grab a screenshot from my last update, because I don't take progress shots because this is already kind of a lot to film the updates and try to keep track of everything. So you might notice a difference Now, that's not totally all my use. My daughter helped me by taking her finger and digging around in there, so quite a bit of product was lost from that way, but I did use this 13 times in July and August, and it's gonna be a challenge because I'm gonna really have to push myself to wear it more, but I think I can finish this off by the end of the year. I really hope I can, because this is not my oldest blush, but it is one of my oldest blushes, and the packaging is broken, and I just want to get it out of my collection. Next, I have my Too Faced Natural Lust bronzer, which it's still looking pretty untouched, but you're not going to be able to see on camera, but especially right like the body of the peacock, there's a dip going on in there. So if I manage to hit pan this year, that's probably where it's going to be. I did use this 21 times in the past 2 months. So if I can just keep with the consistent use, I think I can hit pan in it. I did end up using I used 0.83 grams up in the 2 months. So, and this is an 18 gram bronzer. So I thought that was a little more impressive than it actually is then. Never mind. Yeah, that's gonna be, I don't know if that's gonna happen, but we'll see. Next, I have my two Super Shock shadows, the shade Truth, which was the satin, and Sailor, which is the ultra glitter. I had already hit pan in Truth. It might be kind of hard to see just when it's right there. I hit pan in this before my last update, and these are some of my oldest Super Shocks. So even though I have hit pan, I still want to keep this in just because I want to use it as much as possible, because the formula is drying up, which is the biggest con for these Super Shock shadows. But I only used that one 4 times the past 2 months. Since I already had pan in it, I'm not making it a priority to use it. And Sailor, I don't want to, I'm afraid that this will fall out, but I have pan right there. I'm counting it, but I think it's more just because the formula got so crumbly, it kind of just like fell apart and I had to mush it back in. But you can see the pan, and that's all that matters. So I finally did it, yay! Like I said, I'm gonna keep those in and just hope to get as much use out of them as possible, but I don't have any like specific goals. There's no way I can use the rest of those up this year unless like that's the only eyeshadow I use for the rest of the year, and that's not gonna happen. So I used that one 8 times the past 2 months. Next, I have my Maybelline eyeliner in Striking Copper. I've been using this a lot lately. Like, this is what I have in my lower waterline today. It's my super professional looking lines, but this is, I mean, you can see where I started. So I've used up quite a good bit of this eyeliner this year. I mean, obviously, ideally, my goal is to finish it. I don't know if that will happen, but I have been using it a lot more because of the shades that I've been pulling in my Pan Those eyeshadows and some of my other projects. This really lends itself to the looks. So hopefully, I did use it 20 times in the past 2 months, which is a lot for me for a like colored eyeliner, because usually my default would be just to put my Wet n Wild brow highlight in my lower rim, but I've been actively working on trying to use some more of my colorful eyeliners to get more use out of them before they all start going bad. Then we have my Berry M holographic eyeshadow topper in Stardust. I only used this 4 times. right, I didn't mark it, but it's right there is where the product is. I think it's because I did add some eye drops to it to try to reconstitute it a little bit because it was drying out and getting a little gloopy, but this actually went up almost 0.1 gram in weight. So I don't know what that's all about. But I've been neglecting this. I really need to use it up. I'm so close to using it up. And like I said, it is starting to get kind of gloopy and I don't want to throw it away because like I said, my sister, even though I know Berry M is like a drugstore brand over in the UK, I mean, my sister did buy this for me. I don't want to throw it away when there's still product in it. So I say this like every update, but I'm really going to work on using this more. Now for my plethora of lip products because I went way overboard on the lip products in this project. But my ColourPop Just a Tint in Chimichanga, I did manage to wear the whole like domed part away, so there's nothing showing above the rim. This is how much I have left. I only used it 6 times the past 2 months and it doesn't show much movement on my track. Well, for 2 months, it doesn't show much movement, but I mean, you can see where I started. It was brand new pretty much, and that's how much I've used up so far. So not too shabby. And then my rotating lip product. So I had this Revlon HD Gladiolus in for 2 months, and I mean, there's still a ton left, but I did pretty much manage to wear it away so where it's not showing over the top of the tube. I used this 5 times in July, and then in August I switched out my lip product to this ColourPop lipstick from their Villains collection in the shade Maleficent. I've only used it 4 times. I didn't even bother marking it on anything because these products are not really meant to show significant use. They're just for me to use them more. I think I'm going to keep this shade in the project again because I feel like it will go well with my Pan Those eyeshadow shades, and especially now that we're getting into September, like I'll do a quick little swatch. It's a little bit deeper pink, which I think will be really nice as we head into fall. So I will keep that in for another month and then we'll reassess in October. And now we come to my third, it's hard to keep track, my third empty. I finished my Revolution Boudoir lip gloss. Oops, and it's broken. Okay, there we go. There's like the tiniest, ittiest bit of product in there, but I just can't get it out. But I did take out the stopper. I mean, it was well used, and I used it 75 times in this project before it was empty. I do have a backup of this, but I am not going to be replacing it in the project because this is a discontinued product and I don't want to use that one up quite yet. So I'm just happy that I finished a lip gloss. Okay, my last lip product is my Julep It's Balm in Blossom Pink Cream. Even though on my little tracker sheet, it barely looks like I have any progress, but you'll see, I'm sorry, my chair is really squeaky today. I don't know what's going on. You'll see I only have this much product left. Like there's not that much. So especially if I make an effort to use this on days when I bring my Berry M Stardust into my looks, since this is a cooler toned lip product, it'll go really well with like purple and blue looks. So if I do that, I should have more progress. I think part of the reason it doesn't show as much progress, and this might be hard to see on camera, it has, see that white core? That's like the balm part. It doesn't wear down as fast as the lipstick part around it. So that balm part sticking is kind of still sticking up where the lipstick has been worn away around it. And I think that's why I'm not seeing as much progress with this one. This one I'm counting as an empty for purposes of this update. It's my Redken Frizz Dismiss. There's literally like 2 uses left, and I've already been filming this off for way too long. I didn't want to wait until this was empty, but I also don't want to have to keep it around for the next update. So I'm calling it done, even though I will use the rest of it. There's only about 2 uses left, probably. But I'm sad that it's gone because it's not cruelty free and I really, really like it. But at the same time, I'm glad that it's gone because it's not cruelty free. So that means I can get it out of my collection and find something else that will hopefully work just as well that is cruelty free to put in its place. Okay, two more things. My grapefruit peppermint lotion from Bath & Body Works, my 10-year-old lotion. It still smells fine. It's fine. I've only used this 4 times the past 2 months. This is why it's a 10-year-old lotion, because I love the smell, but I am not a lotion person. I don't know why. Because I already use body wash, so it's like, why do I want to put lotion on to compete with the body wash smell? So usually I'll just use this after I shave my legs, because I don't do body wash when I shave my legs, but not all the times. I really do want to finish it this year, though. It's so old, so old. It's embarrassing. I know. I need to get it out, but I don't want to throw it away because it still smells good. So I'm gonna work harder at getting that one out. And then my last one is, it's not quite a finished item, but I am decluttering it. This was my Wet n Wild Mega Eyeliner, the dark brown. It was starting to burn my eyes when I used it. So once it did that like 2 times in a row, I'm like, yeah, it's time to get rid of this. So there's not really any way to tell how much is left. You can't see inside the bottle. But I have used it 31 times in this project, and there's only 3.5 milliliters in here. There's not a ton of product in here. It's a pretty small bottle. So I'm not sure how much is left, but like I said, it was time. I don't consider Wet n Wild to be cruelty free anymore anyway. So I'm glad, even though I'm sad because I had such a hard time finding a dark brown eyeliner that I liked, but I did place an Ulta order last week and I picked out the Milani one in dark brown. So whenever that gets here, we'll see if that is a good replacement. But enough of me rambling about things that don't matter. That is my update. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, I have 3 actual empties, 1 almost empty, and 1 declutter. So I went from 17 products down to 12. Oh wait, no, I forgot my OPI. Okay, I used this twice. I'm getting a little sick of it. I think I mentioned this in my last one, but I like variety, which is why I have so many panty projects going on at the same time, because I can't wear the same exact thing every single day. So not a whole ton of progress going on with that one. It's not going to get finished this year, but it does have more use on it than I've this year since it's ever gotten since I bought it, which was a while ago. So that's all you can really ask for, right? Is to actually get some use out of your products. So I've been rambling for a long time. I'm very happy with my progress. I went from 17 products, now I'm at 12, and I'm not sure. I am going to do my best to finish this Berry M for next month's update. This is, I think, the only product that I can conceivably actually finish, but I'm going to say it right now, I'm going to do it. It's going to be gone for my September update. So with that, if it's not, then you can all yell at me in the comments and call me a liar. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this update. I hope you're all staying safe and sane and healthy, and I'll talk to you later.